What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Addison Gaming Podcast, the show where we talk about the games we want to whenever they came out, because that's what we're playing. We talk old stuff, we talk new stuff, we talk everything in between. I am your host, Wicked Gamer UK Allen, but on this episode, you can call me the guy that everyone loves to hate. And as always, I am joined by the most amazing co-host in the world, Mike Maldy, aka the guy that everyone loves and no one hates. How you doing, Mike?
Yeah, I do love to hate you sometimes. I'm great. It's just chilly out here in the world and all cozy. And speaking of cozy, I have a few things to talk about regarding cozy games.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, welcome to this episode, listeners. Don't worry. No one's sending us hate. People are only sending us love. But on this episode, we are talking about aspects of video games that we both love and hate. All those things that show up that you think, oh, why do I put myself through this? But I love doing it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We got some spicy takes. We got some hot takes. So we can't wait to jump into it. Mike, before we jump into it, how are things? How are things going for you? What's going on?
Well, I'm just playing games and living life. I don't know. Nothing's going on. I don't know.
It's that time of January when you're just like, everything's just January, right?
It's just January, and it's kind of like cold and rainy out, and I don't want to go outside. I don't want to touch grass. I don't want to get my dog wet, and I don't. It's just, ugh,
Yeah. It's that perfect time for
but
video gaming.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that. And also like sometimes I get really affected by the January blues or whatever, because like you have such a good time during the end of year season and all that kind of good stuff. And then it's just like that kind of like boring malaise in January that I'm like, oh, it really wants to be over. I'm kind of liking it this year. I'm having like a pretty good chill time in January, as you say, playing a few games.
It's perfect time for cozy gaming too.
It is exactly the perfect time for cozy gaming. But it is reminding me, as I play a lot of games, of those things that I both love and hate. So why don't we just get into this, right? We were coming up with some ideas for episodes, and one of them that we came up with this idea within video game, as I said at the start, like what are the things that we love about it, but also that like, is that yin and yang that you also hate about it. You think, why am I putting myself through this? Or why have they done this? And what have you. So we have a list of things that we are gonna go through and just share our thoughts on. So Mike, why don't you kickstart us off? What is something about video game that you both love and hate?
I don't know if I love it anymore, but I do it. Grinding, like Pokemon battles or just RPG battles. Just grinding it's bad design. Grinding is not extra content. It is just bad design. And if repetition is the challenge, then the game failed for me. But I still do it. Why? Like if I play Pokemon, it's just grind. But then the fun with Pokemon too is, granted it's grinding, but you're grinding. This sounds dirty. Granted it's grinding, but you're grinding other things, not just the same thing over and over again. So like you're grinding for a different Pokemon. You're trying to do this and that and evolve them. But it's just, I guess Pokemon maybe made the grind a little better, whereas other grinds are, for example, Diablo. I was playing Diablo and like a while back, like 3 or whatever it is. And just the grind was just too much. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I don't even care about this game. And it just it's annoying.
Grinding is one of the things that really grinds me down.
Get it?
But pun totally intended. But there's some games that do grinding really well, and I think, okay, you've implemented it in a way that you go, okay, I see what you're doing, I know what you're doing, but actually I'm okay with it because it's serving a purpose, it's a means to an end, and what have you. And I think Pokemon is one that does get away with it here because like it's serving a greater purpose of like helping evolve your Pokemon, right? Or helping you like find new ones and like pad out your Pokedex, and right. So there's that whole like system behind it that you feel like
collecting.
It gives it a little bit more purpose. Whereas like pretty much every JRPG that's ever been created you like have to like suddenly you get to the last boss and then it's like they've got infinite power and you're like, oh, sugar. So I need to spend the next 4 hours, 5 hours of this game I've already been playing like 70 hours of to then just
Like,
go around
shouldn't
and
it get
fight stuff, right?
like, why does it have to get harder? Why can't it just be, like, same or maybe just a little scale
Mhm, mhm.
of it? But it gets the grind shouldn't turn into like, "Oh, now you were grinding for an hour. Well, wait till this next match. It's gonna
Yeah.
take 3 hours." Like, ugh.
Yeah. That one, I'm gonna add one on my list directly into this because this is what we're talking about. That like spike in difficulty in games that happens like right at the end.
Oh gosh.
That happens a lot in this like RPG world. And I totally hate that. And like what's closely connected to that is another point is like level scaling, they call it, right? Like where as you
Mhm.
get stronger, the enemies get stronger. It's like, no,
No, I got
don't.
stronger, so the
Yes.
enemies get weaker.
Yes, I
Just throw
put my
more of them at me or something.
or something like that, right? Or make them, give them maybe new powers, but like don't suddenly make their health grow like crazy. That's the whole point. You're supposed to be able to break the game because you put the time in to
Yeah.
become a strong,
I'm getting
strong,
mad
strong
right
character.
now.
But we do it. And like we said, why do you think we do it? Like, why do you put yourself through it, Mike?
So, I'm a big Pokemon fan. I
Really?
I do not like I should wear a Pokemon hat, but, I do not like the new Pokemons as
Right.
much. I play them, but they're like, Arceus was great, but other than that,
Hmm.
I don't like any of the other ones they came out with. But a classic Pokemon, for some reason, that to me is cozy, and I don't mind the grind in that. I don't
Yeah.
know what it
Yeah.
is, I don't know why, I think they just do it right.
Hmm.
So that's the only grind I accept in my life these days. I gotta
Yeah.
take care of myself first.
Hey, look, self-care in video games is really important. Like, look after yourself.
And
Um,
and
the
oh, go
Go
ahead.
on. No,
No, I was
you
gonna
go,
say a
go on.
segue out of that really
Well,
quick.
no, I got one that's
Yeah, go
closely
ahead.
attached to it just because it just came up. Is part of this. I think this is turning into is me love hating JRPGs. I'm not like mad at them because or maybe I just need to get good at them. Probably that's what it is.
Mm.
But then like the random battle thing that happens in Pokemon, right? Where you're like walking around and you suddenly get thrown into the
Yes,
battle.
that's so annoying.
It is really annoying, and I just don't think the games, like the modern games that allow you to kind of see Clair Obscur did this really well, where you like see all the enemies on the screen. You can go towards it if you want to, or you can skip it if you want. I love it when they give you that agency. And even the modern Pokemons are doing that now, like the ones that,
Mhm.
I've got Scarlet on my Switch too that I'm trying to get into. It's much better from a performance perspective now that they've fixed it, but like it's cool that you can see the Pokemon, you can avoid them if you don't want to. So yeah,
That's
they
true.
solve those things. Okay. What was the one you were gonna segue into?
Speaking of, what is it? What did I say? Mental health, my
Looking
health,
after
looking
yourself.
after
Yeah.
myself.
Yes.
Backlogs aren't a problem.
Mhm.
Like, I have backlogs, and
Yeah.
I hate that I have a backlog, but I have to start realizing backlogs aren't the problem. Guilt is. And,
Oh, you
like,
getting
I don't
deep
owe these
now.
games anything, right? I don't owe these games anything. I bought them, but I don't owe the game anything. So I
Mhm.
need to I will get to my backlog, but I know I need to just let
Yeah.
go of that guilt it has on me. I will
Mhm.
play you freaking Kirby Forbidden, whatever. I will get there. Just let me. I'll
I
do it
mean,
tomorrow.
you should feel guilty for not playing Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Like
Forgotten,
that's
yes.
definitely one.
I know have had it for
Because it's
so long.
Kirby, such a nice, like, character. He's just asking you to come hang out and, like,
I
turn him
got it
into
for my
mouthful
birthday like
mode.
3 years ago or 2 years, 2 years ago. Ugh.
Yeah. I'm really I'm really glad you said that. I didn't think we were gonna go down the guilt trip place. I'm glad you said that though, because there is a little bit of that, like, that little guilt factor of going like, "Oh, I've gotta play this game because I paid this money for it."
Mhm.
Yeah,
And then you feel
and
so guilty
yeah.
that you don't wanna play it. You just, like, let it
Oh,
sit there longer
yes,
and dwell
yes.
in your guilt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm not as like, the sort of love hate with the backlog, if you will. I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm never, ever, ever, ever gonna not have a backlog, and that's okay, and I'm fine with it. And I think the more and more I'm like, you know, actively intentionally playing more of the games on my backlog, I'm kind of giving myself an out. Like if after like 6 or 7 hours of a game, it's not really clicking with me,
Mm.
then I kinda go, "Okay, I'm good. I don't have to, like, force myself to play this." And that links to one of my points about love-hate is I hate it when everybody goes, "No, you gotta play the first 30 hours, and then it's gonna really click with you." You know what I mean?
It's like, just get through this part and then you'll like it.
Yeah, well, how far is
No,
that
that's
part
just bad
into it?
design.
Yeah,
I
I
don't need a
agree.
3-hour tutorial.
Mm. Oh, tutorials, that's another one.
Well, wait, I had a light bulb moment when you were talking about backlog.
Okay.
Uh, why we have it. It's because we wanna keep this backlog because once we play it, it's over. We don't like, it's done. So,
Okay.
like and there's no new games down in the pipeline, and I'm just like, I have to have something to play in case, like, there's an apocalypse and I don't have anything else to do other than trying to survive for my life, but I need to have a little backlog so that I won't run out of games to play if I wanna get to them. That's how you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's why I
Oh,
have the backlog.
the psychology of the backlog is for real. It's
It's
totally real, totally
real. My
real.
god,
Yeah, I do one thing I wanna point out is if the world turns into apocalyptic times, Mike,
I will take my
remind
Switch with
me
me. It will be one of my
not to
things.
ask you to help me survive
I will
because
trip you.
yeah, you ain't got no skills on doing anything, but you boy will bring the game,
You're like, "What
so
did you"
maybe that's a
you're
good
like, "What did
reason.
you bring? What did you bring?" I say, "I have my Switch too."
Yeah. Well, that means we can still keep podcasting even in the apocalypse,
Yes.
so
I'll make
let's
sure to
do
bring
it.
my solar panel as well
Out of sync
then.
is going nowhere. We are sticking around even during the apocalypse. Yeah,
Alright,
that's a good
well,
point. Like, yeah,
yeah, if you have to have a backlog or else,
gotta have a
like, you'll
backlog.
just feel like you'll have nothing new to play, even though it's not true, but okay,
Yeah.
so another point I wanted to bring up was why do games punish you for wanting to play them? And this specifically is mainly with cozy games,
Okay.
such as Stardew Valley, Story of Seasons,
Mhm.
Animal Crossing.
Right.
You know, most cozy games are just work with cute fonts. But why do I keep going back to them? When I say why did I say why do they want to punish you for wanting to play them? I mean, it's like I want to play longer, but you make me pass out in the middle of a field while I'm watering my crops, and because I ran out of energy, and
Oh,
then you
your
punish me.
stamina bar.
Yes, and you
Yes.
punish me. You take away things, I lose things or
Mhm.
whatever, and now I have to start. All my crops die, and I don't want to open Animal Crossing for a couple weeks. And I go back in, cockroaches are there. There's weeds everywhere. I have to clean up the mess, and then the
Mhm.
villagers are mad at me and guilt tripping me for not coming to say hi to them, and then they're moving out. I'm like, what the hell? It's just like, don't punish me for wanting to play the game, and don't punish me for not wanting to play the game.
Oh, that is, okay, a few things to unpack here, Mike.
That's a
So,
lot.
you're absolutely right. Those, like, cute the cuteness of it all, like, the coziness of it all is all just a front
It is
for you gotta
smoke and
work
mirrors.
in this, like, world, like, back in 2020, when everybody was playing Animal Crossing during the pandemic,
Mhm.
I played the one on the 3DS,
Oh,
for a
I like
while,
that
but
one.
I didn't really play it like I wasn't like a sicko about it, but the one in 2020 when that's all we had to do, I was, like, deep into it. Um, and there was one point though when, like, I was in the middle of, like, I think I was doing something or I had to go, like, go sell something or whatever. And Richard, he came in and he was like, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And I was like, "No, I've gotta go do this thing real quick because it's a time thing." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta go do this thing right now. I can't help." I mean, it's like he needed genuine help with something. But he was like, "Alan, it sounds like you're talking about your job." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it does kind of sound like I'm talking about a job." I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird." But we love it, right? Like,
Yeah, like, why do
put
I
me to
keep going
work.
back for the punishment?
Yes. Yeah.
And then
But,
also Stardew Valley, it's like there's not enough time in the day to do everything they want you to do, and same
yeah.
with Story of Seasons, and I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed out, and I but yet I go back into it, I'm like, "Ah,"
Yeah.
and it's you know what? If that game or those games are the only thing that cause me stress these days, then I'm here for it, then I'm having a good day,
That's true. Yeah.
but still, like, I want there to be, like, a cheat. Maybe there is, I need to look it up, but, like, I just turn off the time, like,
Mhm.
just let me just live my life in my world, please, thank you.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the love-hate aspect of
Mhm.
these things that you're talking about, these types of games, these, working life simulators like the Stardew Valleys and the Animal Crossing and stuff. And I think one of the things that really keeps drawing you into it is actually like you get to a little bit with Animal Crossing, not so much with Stardew Valley, but you sort of get to create your own identity and your own character in these places. And like, it doesn't have all the stresses about life and stuff. So even just the simple fact of going around and planting flowers or going around the island and looking for where there's money hidden in planting trees to get your money trees or finding the hidden items or whatever, and then going off and selling them and having timed events like it, it's not as stressful as real life. And it just feels like you're sort of getting to get lost in it.
Yeah.
And, as you say, not think about all the
It's what it
craziness that's
really is
going on in
doing
the
is
world.
preparing kids to, multitask in future
Yeah.
when they grow up.
Yeah. Oh, and that Tom Nook is legit. Like, the bank will say, "Give me your money for that
Mhm.
mortgage," right? Like, Tom Nook that is some good life lesson there in there.
Good life
Yeah.
lessons right there.
That another one just real quick, so Tom Nook, love, hate Tom Nook. Just said it. I'm saying it. I love, hate Tom Nook. Um,
It's
yeah.
okay, you can.
I love it. One of the things on my list is I love hate games that are all flash and no substance. And what do I mean by that is like when there's really pretty graphics
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're really gorgeous and they're really
It looks
amazing.
so promising.
Oh, yes. It is like pushing all the power of the system, and it makes you think like, "Yes, I can't wait to like sit in this pretty world, or I can't wait to get into all this stuff." And then you get into the game and it's like no substance whatsoever.
And the
Um,
controls suck, and yeah.
yeah. The 2 that come to mind, come for me in the comments, I don't care. The Horizon Zero Dawn games on PS5.
Mm.
I think they look really good. They're obviously like graphical showcases for the system. And I played the first one all the way through and I played halfway through the second one. But I just kept going like, I love running around this world and it looks pretty, but I'm not loving what I'm playing. And so I was finally like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk away from this. I'm not loving it. So that was weird. And then Metroid Prime 4 Beyond looked really good,
Looked
but
amazing.
you know, it looked really good, but I didn't always love the game that I was playing. I mean, look, we
I
we
didn't
talked about
always
it on
love it
our
either.
review, but yeah, but it's probably one of the best looking games in a long time on currently that has come out. So, it's stressful. It's a love hate. It's a
It's
love
a
hate.
love-hate.
Yeah. What else is on your list, Mike?
Well,
Your long list.
my list of things that irk me with gaming. Well, this one's a little different. Nintendo always gets a free pass when other companies don't.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People excuse missing features because of nostalgia,
Yep.
and I'm one of them. I'm guilty of it. Nintendo can do no wrong ever until they
Yeah.
do, and then it's like I'm mad at them, but I'm still like looking forward to the next thing they come out with. And
100.
so I don't know why, but Nintendo gets a free pass, and nobody else can or will or would.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo is absolutely a love-hate, right? Like, and super big on the love in my world, right? They're the whole
Yes,
reason I'm into gaming and that, like, we're
Nintendo
sat here
is the
having these
reason.
conversations. Exactly. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff they do that I'm like, but I I hadn't really thought about it as being like hate, but you're right. Like, there are things that they do that I'm just like, oh, I don't know. For example, like what are the things that I can't think of anything at the moment. Oh, the way that they will not like ever put any of their games on discount. Like the rest of the industry
Never.
will put their games onto discount after, a couple of years, but still you can't, get certain games for a,
But when you
that
buy a
yeah.
Nintendo system or when you buy a Nintendo game, it's like buying a Subaru. It holds its value longer than other cars or other games. So you know that y- this is an investment. You buy a
Yeah.
game for $50, $60, and you know that when it's time to sell, you're going to get
Mhm.
70, 80% back for that game you bought if you want it
Yeah.
to sell. But of course, with me and Nintendo, I never sell a single thing. I keep
No. Uh,
everything.
Yeah, I agree, and, there is something to be said about them holding their, their belief in their games that they go, "A good game will always be good,"
Mhm.
and, why should we lower the cost just
And
because
let's
it's
remake it
older?
and charge more than we
Yeah,
originally charged for it.
that's another one from Nintendo is we on one of our predictions was the fact that they're gonna release, the
Zelda.
HD versions of the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Switch 2, and they're gonna put, like, 1 or 2 little tiny enhancements on it, like something really tiny that makes you really wanna get it,
Yeah,
and I'm
or
gonna
like
double
like a
dip.
new feature or a new part of a world like they did with the
Yes.
Mario 3D world or
Yes,
whatever,
the
like a
Bowser's
Bowser's Fury.
Fury.
It's gonna be
Yes.
like Ganon's Fury or like, "Oh, I have to
Yeah.
play it."
Just real quick, I can't believe you tried to use a car reference with me. I have no idea how to I know that Subarus are good cars, but,
No, but
like,
they
you're
hold
really
their
stretching
value
it
more
here me for
than
me. They do, I
you know,
know.
I have a lot of lesbian friends, and they only own Subarus, so this is why I know.
Well, good,
And that's
because
not a
I
stereotype
have
because
just
they literally do own them. I'm not saying that. My lesbian friends own Subarus. So
I
they
love
are
it.
basically like it's like Nintendo.
Fact.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's all I have to say.
Facts. Yeah, that like, the thing that the Nintendo is good at, like you said, that Bowser's Fury thing where they'll go, "We've added just enough to it." Um, but one that's really egregious to me most recently, and I don't wanna harp on, like, this isn't me hating Metroid Prime 4, like, at all, like, it's just in my mind, but the thing in the music that they did in the desert with the
Yeah, the
amiibo,
amiibo.
that was pretty shiesty, like,
Well, I didn't have that problem because I had the amiibos.
Oh, yes.
It is a
That's a
shiesty thing, and it's a hate
Mhm,
thing that I think, yeah, I kind of,
mhm.
like, love hate. I love my amiibos, but I bought my amiibos because I like it wasn't because I wanted the extra features. I like having the amiibos
Yeah.
of something
Yeah.
that I really value. Even though the game wasn't that great, I enjoy still having my little
Mhm.
Samus in front of me and whatever.
Well,
She's
most of the
really
time, the amiibos, like, for the most part, it always been just, like, a nice little addition. There wasn't anything that, like, was withholding something from
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
game
true.
that should
Like
be in
like,
there,
you would
like
get like, I don't know, like the other Amiibos, how the other things you would get is, oh, you get your health back for the day, and
yeah.
you get a shield.
Right.
Oh, that's nice,
Or a
you know,
costume or something like
or a
that, an
new
outfit.
costume or
Yeah.
something exclusive, but not
Mhm.
like, "Oh, now we're gonna put these songs behind a money wall," or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, there
Mm.
is so much in the whole world of Nintendo that is love-hate, but, it's ultimately love, and one of the things that's on my love-hate that's definitely absolutely connected to this is, like, the nostalgia baiting of video games, and how
I've never nostalgia baited.
you should try it sometime, it's a lot of
What's up?
fun.
Wait, explain what you mean by nostalgia baiting.
So we all have our nostalgia glasses, right? And
Mhm.
we're all hooked by nostalgia, right? Anything that's like I don't know, like recently, like the Super Mario 1 and 2, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 came out, right?
Yes.
So that's like full on nostalgia.
Sure is.
And Nintendo's done this like loads of times. Like even back to the Super Nintendo, they did like a remake of the like Super Nintendo games like Mario 1, 2, and 3, and they released them on the Super Nintendo. So they were like building on like, recent nostalgia from that.
Yeah.
But like there will be like nostalgia is just like in everything. It's like you see it in movies, right? Like, like Stranger Things was totally aping on like 80s nostalgia when it first started, and we were all
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, it's doing yes, I love that." And so we suddenly go, "Oh, I really like this because it reminds me of that time when I was like a kid." That's how freaking old I am. But or it reminds of us of a different time, and that nostalgia's fine. But when they really like prey on that, and
Like
that's the
Nintendo does
like Nintendo
with
does. I mean,
remakes
oh, yeah, Sony does it all the
and
time,
charging the same
um,
price.
and it's never gonna go away, but they just, like, nostalgia bait us with games just because they know they can, and, we show up and pay for them a million times, and that's that. That's
It's
nostalgia baiting.
true.
Nostalgia baiting.
Got it. Ugh, so annoying.
Yeah. But listen, it's our fault, right? Like, we don't have to buy these things, but we do.
I have to.
You have to?
I have to. Another thing, I guess, speaking of have to buy things, I am a sucker for nostalgia. you know, I like to collect old video games
Yeah.
and old systems, and
Yeah.
but the price of a 3DS, I think, is now just skyrocketed.
It's going
Like
like
a used 3DS,
bonkers.
it's
Yeah.
more than a Switch One,
Yeah.
and I have 2, thank goodness, but
Mhm.
also I'm like, "Why do I have these? Why do I have 2?"
Yeah.
But I like them, I want them, and I don't know, I love it. I just love having things. That's a
Mhm.
problem.
Well,
I have a
I
problem.
I I mean, is it a problem? It is what it is, Mike. Celebrate it. Yeah, that whole this is a little bit of a sidebar, but maybe it's actually one that I hadn't really thought about. The retro scene is a love-hate for me
Is it?
because yeah, because,
It is for
like,
me too, actually.
yeah, there is such a thing where, like, they who knows why the 3DS is all of a sudden, like, becoming this, like everybody wants one. It's bonkers. I was watching, RGT85,
Oh, I like
YouTuber.
him.
Yeah, yeah, he's really good. I followed him for a long time. I like his spiciness. He's really spicy.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was saying that it's this nostalgia aspect, right? Because if you imagine the people who were like 7 or 8 who had a 3DS, when they got it are now like in their like almost 20, like late teens, early 20s. So
Mhm.
they're looking back going like, "Oh, I want to remember what it was like to have my 3DS," in the same way that I look back and go, "Oh, I need everything on the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo." Um, that whole thing happens. And then the retro scene just like picks up on that and skyrockets these prices, and you feel like you've got to get sucked into this thing of like, oh, I got to get it because everybody wants it and it's gonna go away. And um so yeah, that sort of preying on people's nostalgia is pretty, it's a love hate for me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have anything else on your love hates?
I do.
Okay, tell me.
uh I love hate first person games. i
Ooh,
I just uh
I don't hate, but I don't
mm,
love.
okay, that's it. Yeah. I
I'm just okay with them. I'd rather it be third person.
For me too, 100%. I would always go for third person. But what frustrates me is that there's a lot of really good first person games out there, and
Yeah.
one of them recently that I played last year for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, like, I didn't like when I first started, like, the first, like, 2 or 3 hours of the first person, it's like, I just why can't this be third person? Like, why did they do this? But I'm really glad I got over it because it was they handled it really well, and
Mhm.
the control felt really good. It was a really good game. If you haven't played it, you should, and it's coming out on Switch too soon, so people can look
Nice.
out for it there. But, like, yeah, I just I don't love first person games, but I want to, so I kinda hate them. And it's a real
So,
turnoff for me.
for me, I much prefer first person shooters
Mhm.
over
Okay.
like first person like, so Cyberpunk 2077 is mostly first person unless you're driving a
Yeah.
car or a motorcycle. And
Right.
I wish I can be third person unless there's a way and I just don't know how to do it. But play the
I
game
don't
third
know.
person. It's only first person. And I feel like, yes, I do feel more immersed in it. And I'm happy
Mhm.
now that I've gotten so used to it that I can't see it any other way.
Yeah.
But at first I was like, no, I want to see it. I took like 3 hours creating this character, and now I can't
Mhm.
even see him when I'm playing him. This is like making
Right?
me really upset.
Yeah.
Uh, so yes, that's another irk of mine.
Mhm.
But yes, I much rather play third person than first person.
Yeah, totally. And it's something I wish I could get over. So here's an example. And I love how you positioned Cyberpunk 2027 2077. Like, you spend all this time creating your character and then you never see him. It's like, why am I doing that? So
Why?
dumb. But then another game that I'm currently starting, the Portal series. Did you ever play
I love
Portal?
Portal.
Yeah, I'm starting it for the first time. By the way, I got it for like
Oh, it's
$4.96
so
or
good.
something in the sale, Portal 1 and 2.
Oh, it's so
That's a
good.
love, love. Good sales
It
on
is a
games is
love,
a
love.
love, love. But that one I've just started just to kind of like just dip into it for a minute while I finish up a couple other games. But that's different,
It's a
right?
different
That's
first
first
person.
person, but you're not like you're never like, I don't really, I mean, you see your character in mirrors and stuff, but I don't really think about it. But like
And portals.
yeah, it's
That game is just
th-
perfect, by the way.
it
It's so
I
good.
I'm so excited.
So
Yeah.
satisfying when you figure out the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
It's so satisfying. It's so funny. It's such a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good game.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong
So
with
that
that
one does
one.
it well, but I just, for the most part, I sort of have a love-hate between
Okay,
them.
things in games that I
Okay.
hate. I don't even think I love.
Oh, right.
Um,
You're just getting
I
hate
hate
now.
skill trees. I hate skill trees.
Oh.
I hate that I have to now select. I don't mind selecting a path. That's different. But when it's like, oh,
Uh-huh.
upgrade this, do this, like that's the worst part of Cyberpunk 2077 for me. I was like, I don't know what I want. There's too many options, and I don't like
Yes.
these choices.
Yeah.
I don't like so, and on the same aspect, I don't like. Should I sell this? Should I keep it? That's the worst. I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Oh,
Should I
right.
hold on to this inventory? Do I need this for a later date? I don't understand. Or should I just sell it all? And I can't hold much more. And so I hate that. And
Oh.
then I hate crafting. I hate having to craft something to make it better. So I don't mind enhancements. Like, if it's a narrow track, like boom, okay, no problem. Enhance, get it better. Boom,
Yeah.
yeah, great.
Yeah.
But I don't like craft this to do this, and then you can do this, or you can do that. And no, it's
Mm-hmm.
too much. I just want to play, please. This crafting part is not. It just depends. Like for example, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, the crafting was a little different, and I that was fine for me. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just some of these. So my thing with Cyberpunk 2077, and I know that's all I'm talking about, but it's what I'm playing. But I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing with all these things. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I can beat the game without even crafting anything. I just can beat the game, like not a problem. And I don't understand like why is it all these options in here? It's overwhelming for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one I hadn't thought about. I'm glad you brought that up. And just before I jump into that, I just want to acknowledge the fact, Mike, that you said you don't like to sell things in video games, and you also don't like to sell things in real life. So I think we've identified some real
I'm a
like,
hoarder.
yeah, real
I'm a hoarder in my video
characteristics.
games as well.
Oh my
How many chew
gosh.
jelly things or whatever they called in Zelda that
Yeah.
I do I have to keep?
You are so, but that I want to pick up on that one. That one is someone that really that just stresses me out because like you'll go and something will be worth like how like lots of money in the
But do I
in the
need
money of
it?
this thing, and it's like, but do I need it for something in the future? And now I've just gotten to the point where I'll go look it up on the internet and be like, should I be selling stuff? And a lot of people go, yes, that's the whole point. They want you
Well,
to sell things,
the
but
thing
then some are
is
like, no, don't sell it. It's good.
the thing is, we've all sold something, and then later we're like, "Oh, fuck, we need
Yeah.
that." And then you have to
Uh-huh.
go then you're looking forever for another one,
Yeah.
or whatever, try to find that creature, the scale or whatever you needed, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Why did I sell it?" And
Yep.
so you learned one time, and now you don't wanna get rid of anything ever again.
Exactly, and then your pockets are full, and then built like, connected to that, though, is when you have the, thing where you're only allowed to carry a certain amount of things, like a weight restriction in video games, like, did you ever play
Yeah.
Skyrim?
No, but Cyberpunk has a weight restriction.
Oh, get that out of here.
You're
It's a
moving
freaking
slow. Oh my god.
video game. Everything isn't real. Your character should be able to carry whatever the hell they wanna carry.
However there's weight restrictions with some items, but if you have multiple of the same item, I have like 100 of these. There's no weight restriction on that.
See, like, what's the point of that? That's just dumb. That is just annoying.
It's so annoying.
Oh, so annoying. And the level scaling and like the pathways or whatever skill point stuff. I surprisingly I don't mind that as much. I think it's kind of nice. Like um yeah, I there's something about it where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna. It's almost like choose your own adventure a little bit with the game,
See,
where you
I
can
like
kind of go
choose your own
like, I want to
adventure.
do that. Yeah,
I like paths. Like for example, are you going to take the path of the wizard? Are you going to take the path of
sure.
the melee character, the warrior,
Uh
or
huh.
the conjurer, or whatever? There's like different
Yeah.
paths, and then you level up. Do you want the fire? Do you want the ice? Do you want like whatever? Or like
Yes.
so that's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the skill tree. I can't explain it right now. I don't want to talk about it. It's stressing.
It's all right. Calm down, Mike. It's okay. I do think you are onto something though. There is like everything has to have a skill tree now. Everything has to have a leveling up system. Like
Donkey Kong had
it,
the skill tree, and it stressed me
yeah.
out.
It's like, why do we need all that? I mean, I understand why it kind of, it gives you something to kind of like whatever, work towards, but it does everything have to have a freaking skill tree nowadays? I don't know. Yeah,
Does
so
everything
good
need to
ones
be
there.
open world?
No, but I'm not mad about it. Like, as long as
I do
as
love
long
a
as
good
it's not
open
just
world.
open world for open world's sake, right?
Metroid
Like,
was open world for open world's sake,
yeah.
and that was
And
upsetting.
sidebar, did you see there's somebody like there was an interview I think in Japan that was translated that basically said, and I'm paraphrasing here, one of the developers said when they were when they were looking at what, how to, I think when Bandai Namco was handing it over to Retro and they were going like, oh, we don't want to cancel it.
Oh, I saw.
Basically, yeah, they were like, well, we've already started open world, but it's not working, but we can't get rid of it, so just
We
build
don't want to
around it.
cancel again,
Like,
so we're
yeah,
just gonna we're
exactly.
just gonna put it out there.
Oh my gosh. I love it when you find out that sort of stuff. That's really good.
They
Yeah,
made it work for what
yeah,
it is,
yeah.
Metroid was fine.
It's good. Um, I got one here, Mike, on my list. Are you happy for me to throw this one out here?
I mean,
Um,
that's what we're
I
doing.
that's what we're doing. I this is this is not necessarily a love hate with like any of the things I'm just about to mention. It's more about my mindset, my a mindset I have about things.
Okay, okay.
So I love hate when like the hype around games is like the thing that like I that
Spit it out,
drives it. So
Alan.
it's hard for me to say. So like when everybody loves a game, right? The hype of
Silk
a game,
Song.
like Silk Song, Clair Obscur, Red Dead Redemption, all of those types of
Oh,
really big games,
you don't
right?
want you wanna go talk to the kid that nobody's talking to in the corner.
Yes, I always want to hang out with the ones that nobody wants to hang out with. But I also secretly like, here's the thing that I love hate is then when I pick up the game and everybody's talking about how much they love it and I don't love it, I'm like, why don't I love it?
What's
What's
wrong with
wrong with me?
me?
Yeah, exactly. So it's more of a me thing. I'm like, but like all of these really like great gamers and like incredibly intelligent people are loving this game and I don't love
Am I
it.
not intelligent?
Am I not intelligent or am I not a good gamer or whatever? Like, so that kind of
I
thing.
believe too
Yeah.
that there's a
Yeah.
moment, like, there are times for things, and at that moment when you played that game, maybe your body was telling you, your gamer body was telling you, it's not you don't you today is not the day for an RPG, so it left a
Yeah.
bad taste in your mouth, like, they're like,
Yeah.
"Today is a day for just a fight a beat 'em ups," So
Yeah.
like, you played it, you went into it, you weren't feeling it, but maybe tomorrow you'll feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta like, yeah, there is definitely a good point you raised there about going like, don't like when you
Don't
don't
force
force
it.
yourself to have fun, right? If you're not feeling it, put the game down and walk away.
Yeah.
But even when I'm like in the mood to play the game and I'm continuing to play it, but I'm like going like, what does everybody love about this game? I'm not seeing it. And I'm just kind of like, well, maybe if I just keep playing a little bit more. It was
Y
a
it
little bit
takes 20 hours,
it takes 20
Alan.
hours. That I hate that, but that like there was a little bit of that about Clair Obscur for me. Like, don't get me wrong, that game deserves
I'm gonna
all of
start
the.
playing it soon.
It, it's an amazing game, and it deserves all of the praise it got and all the awards it got. It's phenomenal. I loved the story, but I did
You didn't
not
like the
love the
grind.
mechanics so much. Yeah, I didn't like the grind as you talked about. Um, so like you know that's more on me than anything, but like there's oh, it's just that part of things where it's like, oh, I just wish I loved it in the way that everybody else loved it, but I'm less bothered by that now. I used to be really bothered by it when I was younger. Yeah, thinking like I just
Well,
got to really love these things.
that was my rant list. I don't know,
That
I
was
mean, I'm
it.
sure there's more, but I
Yeah.
don't have that's for today. We'll do part 2 soon, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure we could do love hate. Like we could do this into a whole series of
Yeah.
things. Yeah, well, that was a cathartic list to go through, Mike. Thank you so much
You're welcome.
for suggesting this as a topic. I didn't realize how much I love hate, video games. Well, what about you, listeners? Do you have things about video games that you have a love-hate relationship with? If so, let us know in the comments below. Do you identify with any of the challenges that we face, the guilt that we have, the conundrums about
The
why we put ourselves through
conundrums.
all of this? Please do share those in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to send in any questions or share your thoughts that we can read on a future episode, you can do that by emailing us at gamers@outofsyncgaming.co.uk. That is gamers@outofsyncgaming.co.uk. We'd love to hear your thoughts on any games you're playing right now or anything that you thought about when you were listening to this episode, and we'll bring those up on a future episode. Mike, where can people find us on socials?
You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram. You can connect with us on Discord and Blue Sky. Just look for Out of Sync Gaming and you'll see our faces.
Awesome. Yeah, come join us in those different communities. We'd love to engage with you there and hear about all the stuff you're playing and what's going on for you in the world of gaming. And last but not least, definitely like and subscribe. We are growing our subscribers, and we love that more people are joining us and liking what we do. Share some comments about future episodes, things you'd like us to talk about. We'd really appreciate that.
And
But
games
those
you want us
likes
to
and
try.
subscribes, yeah, definitely. That really, really helps us out. But I guess that leaves us nothing else to say for this episode. So I guess until next time,
Play what you want to.
bye everyone.
Bye.
All love, all love.
And hate.